Okay. Look at that. had it streaming in a track screen while.
All right.
And
awesome. That's what I'm
grab
talking
these
about.
hats because this is another one of the challenges. Is it's like, okay, fine. You know, once I hit affiliate status, it's like, okay, there's all kind. And see, that's new.
Yes.
Those are the 8-bit do.
Yeah, I have wireless version out of this, but the Sega 6-button is a lot of times I use that, and I like to use wireless versions these days. I'm transitioning everything wireless.
This is actually also wireless.
Oh, good, very good.
Yeah, it's USB, Bluetooth, and 2.4 gig Wi-Fi. So, all right, let me bring up. Oh, wrong. Bring it to the waiting screen. Boom, 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 boom. And
the real initial challenge will be finding out which buttons do which.
I checked it last night. This should be set up as per arcade, where it's slash, jump, and magic.
Okay.
So, and I rigged Galaga up so we can use 2 joysticks. Just when it's not your turn, don't use the joysticks. So. All right, and I think we'll start with Galaga. But Golden Axe was the better track screen.
Revenge of Death Adder is another really good one.
This was the hot sauce we were using.
Oh yeah, I'll be able to handle this easily.
Yeah, wow, better than me. Because when we started doing this, I was using the Cholula hot sauce, which Charlie was like going, "That's nothing."
Yeah.
But it's like, that's hot to me. And then one of the guys when at Half Price Books when I was working there gave me that one, and I was just like, "You fucker." So, man, even Charlie, he likes the taste of it. He's like, it tastes really good. But even him, it's like, okay, let's just do drops. We're not going to fill the chip. So, there we go. I'm pretty sure you don't need a warm up.
Nah.
Okay, let me change. Well, let me put up the countdown. Boom. And I'm going to check and make sure you're in frame real quick. So.
And did you want to do co-op with Golden Axe? How'd you want to do that?
Isn't it normally?
Yes.
Well, what
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Is that you have...
Yeah. What I was gonna do for Golden Axe was just toss in 8 tokens and then just use them as you go. So.
Okay. Because what I'm hoping, since we're co-op, is that I can possibly carry you to a 1 credit.
Oh wow! Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
I sort of, how do I even say? Because it depends on the different platforms. But at one time, I was the Golden Axe world record holder.
Holy cow!
Just want to throw that out there.
Oh man, that's.
I'm rusty, so we'll see what happens. But I know tricks. It gets real tricky at the very end. There's a precise way of doing it, but let me worry about that. We'll see what happens.
Let me see. Your focusing is a little off here. Come on, come on, Bobby. Oh, actually, pan it down a bit. Or tilt it down. There we go.
At some point, I will consider experimenting and seeing if I want to go for the high score again for Golden Axe, because there is a way to leech points that's very weird, very strange, and it consists of juggling guys with magic after you've killed them, so it counts as like a double, triple, quadruple kill.
Wow.
And it's really tough to actually get going, but sort of keep everything in-house. Good friend Chris Plackey is the one who currently holds it, and he's in one of my leagues, so it's all in-house, and we all know the tricks. All right, we'll start with Galaga, I guess.
Yes. Well, we haven't popped on yet. We still got a couple minutes on the. But I I told Mel, and I was originally considering doing Bust a Move, and she's like, "Oh, are you going to do that to him? Are you going to hit him that hard?" And I was going, "No. Well, here's the thing. He's got to be better than Charlie." So I'm not saying he'd probably, he might be really good at it and trounce me, but at least it would be more of a fight.
Right.
On election night, we did a special stream all night long, just playing arcade games to keep our minds off of the election. And I had started playing Bust a Move, and Charlie comes down and he thinks he's gonna take me. He let me go for a little bit because he's like, I'll wait for his hand to get tired. Come down, put in a token. And I wipe him out. And he puts in a token. Then he starts letting me go a couple of levels on Bust a Move. And then going. He's thinking is tire me out a little bit. Get me off rhythm. And he's finally just like, I give up. And it's like, okay, all right. But, I know I'm not, a world champion level at Bust a Move. Because, there
are people. Yes, absolutely. I've had that because I'm certainly no slouch at the NES Tetris.
Yeah.
But Paul Tezzi, who's another one of my guys.
Yeah.
Paul Tezzi is, again, one of those world record caliber on the NES version. I think probably the arcade as well. But he can actually max out the score. He can get the 9s.
Wow.
And furthest I've ever gotten was, what was it, 600? I think 600,000 the highest I've ever got. I haven't touched anything since. I got several 400,000 games, but the 9s is...
Okay, good. Sound effects come in. Okay, that's another thing, is that now people can redeem stuff for sound effects.
All right.
So we got sound effects. We got hydrate, telling us to take a drink. We've got put on hats. We've got hot sauce shots. There's no cursing for 10 minutes.
Oh.
There's picking a game. Which I don't think anyone's ever gonna get that one anytime soon. There's let's see, no cursing. Wasn't there also? Oh, IRL voice ban, which no one has enough points for that yet. Where one of us can't talk for 3 minutes, and Charlie said, "Oh, I know who they're gonna hit that on," and he's like, "I'm gonna have to do a lot of talking when you." So, all right. Well, anyway, so we got about 20 seconds. Yeah, we hit affiliate status, so we're like, "Oh, cool, we get to do all this." Which I don't know if you've seen this or not on Facebook page. We'll be bringing back Midnight Monster Movies, but we'll be doing it. It'll be streaming. It'll be pandemic proof and theater going out proof. So. Yes. All right, fourth one, and switch over. Hey, everybody. Hey, what's up? Hi. You just heard us kind of prattling on there. We had Golden Axe playing in the track mode before we got here. This is Nathan. He is about as close to a professional video game player as, I know in the Columbus area. He may not be actually a professional one, but, I'm sure, at least some of the people, if you ever watched the documentary King of Kong, he's probably met a few of them.
I know all of them personally.
Wow. Including the villain, Billy.
I've met Billy.
Yeah. How is he in real life?
Very different from the persona.
Okay.
Very different.
That's good. Because he was kind of a jerk in the video, and it's just like, oh. Yeah. I mean, well, he was the villain, of course. But anyway, that's what you do, right?
Absolutely.
You have to have a villain for these pieces. So, anyway, so yeah, he's been on one time before the pandemic got really bad. But now both of us are vaccinated, so we're all good there. And he kicked my ass at Gyrus. So, however, now that I've limbered up a bit on, it's starting to come back to me on playing and all that, it probably wouldn't have been as bad now, because I noticed that when I'm playing, it's just like, because Charlie used to kick my ass regularly, and then it's like now he's like, he can't catch a break. He can't catch a break, and he's just like, God damn, It's like we actually did a special combat one last week, because he loves Mortal Kombat. So we did Mortal Kombat 1 and 2, and he beat me on this. Now, Mortal Kombat was not my game, but I beat him on 3. I was always a Street Fighter, Darkstalkers kind of guy.
I like all of the above. I was definitely a Mortal Kombat 1 and 2, especially 2 heavy hitter, so yeah.
Yeah. So, anyway, guys, So we are going to play Galaga here and first, and then Golden Axe second. This one is, of course, is more competitive, whereas the Golden Axe will be, more of a friendly game where we're just going to toss 8 tokens in and go for it from there. So, all right. I guess unless housekeeping. Tomorrow night at 10 o'clock. Remember Cliffhanger Theater on here will be the 3rd chapter of Flying Discman from Mars. So tune in for that. And also, like I said, after that 24-hour movie marathon was such a great success with you guys, we will be bringing back another one. Probably not a 24-hour marathon, but we'll do it like a mini marathon. I'm looking at possibly July, and that would probably be a Vincent Price, like maybe I could do a 4-hour or a 4-movie block of Vincent Price movies. Definitely House on Haunted Hill. Definitely. Also, there's this one documentary he was in that I don't think anyone's ever seen, or many people haven't seen. It's called America Screams, where he narrates about roller coasters. He was a big roller coaster junkie, so that's a very cool documentary. But then, of course, the big news is in December, I think it's December 11th, Midnight Monster Movies with Dr. Bob will be returning. Will be returning in a rebooted form on Twitch. Dr. Bob Tesla will be back with opening movie will be The Monster of Phantom Lake. We'll have Night of the Living Dead, Santa Claus Conquers the Martians, Slave Women on the Moon from Josh Kennedy there, Yetis from Moron Productions, and probably Ega. So that's stuff to look forward to, because I promised you guys that once we reached affiliate status, we would work on bringing the old boy back and bring his lab back, and so there's going to be changes since it's a rebooted show, but he'll be back. So, all right, I think that's everything we need to talk about. Let's toss tokens in. I believe I set this there. Hit your no, this will be the 2. Okay, there we go. I set it up.
All right.
So we don't have to. All right. Yeah, when I got these new joysticks, when the first one came in the mail, Mel, who didn't even grow up in the arcade, so she didn't have my level of love for this. She was reaching over, and it wasn't even putting anything, just click, 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 click. So,
there we go.
Mm-hmm. This was the first game I ever had first game I ever played in the arcade where you basically could level up your ship.
Yes.
Now, not as much as say Galaga, Galaga 2, where you could get the tractor beam.
Yeah.
Oh, that was nice. Off just by a little bit. A little rusty on this. Back in the arcade, back when I worked Chuck E. Cheese, I used to remember everywhere they came down.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Don't worry, guys. This might look like I'm doing good, but he's gonna skunk me. You guys watch. Whoa. Now, the one thing I definitely am going to work on once I have some time and all that is I need to get analog controls set up so I can do things like so I can do some of the racing games and stuff.
Yes.
Because it's like you really need. Okay, your turn.
Those are also real fickle as far as performance, so hopefully they actually.
Yeah. I will say these 8-bit do arcade sticks are nice. They're heavy.
Yes.
They don't, it's like, oh man, this is like the next best thing to having custom, or the big, big guns there.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Yep. That'll happen.
That's okay. That's okay.
You might get me a Galaga. We'll see. Galaga was never one of the ones I frequented, so we'll see what happens. But,
yeah. Yeah, I don't have my. Trying to get those points.
All right.
Trying to get those points. That's what happens when you go chasing points.
Uh-oh, no. He's gonna get me on the Galaga.
At least one round, maybe.
Yeah.
You guys back off. There we go. Come on. There. Love the music on Galaga.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
So cute. Alright. And I learned firsthand. Oh! Oh! I didn't even notice. Oh! Oh, that was my bad.
Yeah.
That was my bad. That was totally my bad there. Oh. Oh well. That's not so bad though.
No, that's not bad at all, especially for this round, because I'm going to have to get an extra life just to get the double at this point, so. All right. Get that extra life here.
Charlie was complaining when I got these because one of the things we did on testing them out. First thing we did to test them out was play Defender and Stargate.
Oh boy, yes.
Because it just sucks playing those on handheld joysticks.
Yeah.
Because it's just like what did these do? So then we're like, okay, let's do some fighting games, because that's, one of the things this would be good for. Well, I stopped his butt at it on them, and he's like, okay, let's do some testing. So we did testing, because at the time I only had one, because, $90, he tried playing it, because he was saying he wasn't used to the layout on these and all that. So he tried playing it with the Xbox-style controller. And then, because that was his chosen, and against me on this. And it's like, I just stomped him. And he's just like, So that's the thing. For me, growing up in the arcades, he's blaming it on, because he doesn't do as good on these anyway, he blames it on me being old. Because I want the arcade feel. Alright.
Well, I insist on that with games like Robotron, because I actually own the cabinet. Because there is really no comparables that I've found method with dual joystick. There are a couple. Whee! a little too late this round, but we'll see. See if I can get that extra life here.
Yep, I'm trying to remember where the extra life is. Oh,
there it is!
Got it. And he won't do a tractor beam right now. Yeah, Robotron is
Whee! Oh, there goes that extra life.
Yeah.
But I'm still on.
Yeah, and you're within striking distance. It's not like you've made a good run.
I'm so used to doing games in one life that pressure ends up kicking in. That one life pressure.
Yeah. These things are nice and sturdy too.
Oh, yeah.
You can jerk them around. You don't have to worry about breaking them. Yeah, it's like, oh. You know, I saw some people online are like modding them and putting different buttons in.
Yes.
And all that. It's like, I don't know if you need to. They
don't.
Yeah, they feel good enough.
I mess around with that kind of thing from time to time, but really, especially with these kind of controllers,
Yeah.
it's really not necessary.
Yeah. You know, it's like I could see possibly putting in a different stick if you don't like the ball type.
Yeah.
You know, maybe you want something a little more, you know, whatever you call the column style. You know. Yeah, he's not gonna fall for that. Oh man, you're doing it. You're doing it. You're getting close.
Okay.
Oh man,
you're close.
You're within about 3,000 points. Oh, and the challenge. Oh, you're gonna get it. You're gonna. Yep. Come on, you almost got it.
Hey-o! When the pressure's on.
Yep. Yep.
And this is with a single ship. I've been perpetually doing the single ship.
Oh man. Yeah, you just wanted a challenge.
Yeah.
You're like,
oh,
okay.
speak of the devil. Here we are.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like I could see if you wanted to put in a slightly different stick. You know, I can understand that.
There it is.
All right, you get your number one there.
All right.
But yeah, it's like this is fun. Like I said, we tested for Defender and Stargate because you know, Stargate is the one that used like almost every button. I think it.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I think it only didn't use like one button or something like that. So it was like, oh.
For life.
All right.
Okay.
So let me see if there's. You check chat real quick. There's no one who's said anything, but we got lots of lurkers. I see Nizagul. I see Stark Raving 666. I see Tasty Cookie, and I see Han RM1. I know you guys hear me talk about her a lot, but you should definitely subscribe to her on YouTube. Subscribe to Hanorama because she needs more love. She does need more love. She does some great stuff about. Right now, she's doing a documentary series on the films of Marilyn Monroe, and she's done things on Guardians of the Galaxy being instead. It's basically a Flash Gordon remake, stuff like that. You guys should check her out. So, anyway, this again. I'm Bob. This is Nathan. We have done our first token out of 4 tokens on Galaga, and I have lost. But we knew that was coming. So, all right, that was a good run actually for me, and of course Nathan did a better run. So, all right, put our 2 in. 20,000, 70, 70. Okay.
Yep. All right. we go.
Yep. Yeah, challenge stage is next, so yes, we need to get that level up. What sucks, I know you've done this before, I'm sure, when you accidentally hit your own ship.
Oh, yes.
There. And it's just like, or what's worse is if you hit them before they start their run and it just hangs up there.
Yeah.
Oh.
In Robotron, there is an equivalent to exactly that, which is the Stage 5 bonus stage. You're picking up Mikey, and if you pick up Mikey, you miss literally probably 60,000 points worth of bonuses, which you otherwise could get.
We actually played one, a little more obscure one, a couple of weeks ago. That was on I think it was on the Robotron hardware, called Alien Arena. That was really interesting. It was basically you're setting traps, or maybe not traps, but it's like you and the opponent each have one side of the screen, and there's a time limit until you can cross over to the other. So it's like you're picking up these little pieces of things to build a to build traps and things to go after the other person and all that, so that once that barrier goes down, you can cross over. The person just can't come over and get your energy base. You have to be able to like fight for it or avoid for it and all that. And it was really interesting, but it was definitely using the Robotron hardware, because it was still the sound effects and the wireframe and. Nah, it's okay. That's okay. I got a couple until the challenge phase, and I don't want to lose it. Because what sucks is that it happens on like the stage right before the challenge phase, and then you can't get it back. All right, there you go.
All right.
Yeah, all right.
That was quite a start, so I'm gonna have to.
Yeah. I got that better than I did last time. All right. Let's see, anybody in chat, feel free to talk, say things. Again, like I said, tomorrow night at 10, we got Flying Discman from Mars. I'm not sure what the next serial will be, but then again, I've got like 10 weeks before I have to worry about that. Might do Brenda Starr Reporter, but I might do, might throw an old Batman. I've done Batman before as part of Midnight Monster movies, and the first serial of Batman's a little interesting. It's definitely a relic of its time. It's the only time I've ever seen an honest-to-God spit take out of somebody in the audience. Because it's a touch racist. It was during
just a touch.
It was during World War II, and the villain was a Japanese villain, and so the narrator said some things that were not exactly kind. But there's after he said one thing, I saw a touch. Sure, yeah. He actually. I saw a video of recording of him going like that, and I was just like, oops. We had to. That's one of the reasons why on Cliffhanger Theater, before each episode starts, I do put a disclaimer, because I don't know 100% what's going to be said on there, because I'm throwing this stuff together as quickly as I can, but I do want to make sure people know this is a product of their times. Flying Discman from Mars is from 1950, so we're not haven't seen anything too bad. I was a little worried when we did last time with wasn't Zombies of the Stratosphere. We did that one on 24-Hour Marathon. Mysterious Dr. Satan. I was worried that we'd have something pop up there, but we got lucky. We didn't have that happen, so. was funny when we had Flying Discman from Mars. Leonard Nimoy's in that.
Yes.
So it's like every time, I'm monitoring everything as it's going, watching along, and I'm like, okay, let me. The
worst of both worlds. Oh well.
No, that's okay. He comes back, right? You can get him on the next round, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But so I'm like, okay, and I keep trying to pay attention through this 24 hours on the. Trying to catch Leonard Nimoy. It's like, I love Leonard Nimoy. I want to see him. Damn. And it's like, nope. The last episode. I'm like, there he is. It's like, were you serious? Was he not in it until the last? Oh no. Oh no.
Oh,
Yeah. It's like, oh no. Now you got an enemy ship. And he left.
Yeah, see? Was the worst of... Oh, well.
Yeah.
Happens.
It happens. You're still doing good.
I don't need no double ship. Alright.
He can do this with one
Actually,
ship.
yeah, I have been doing better with just a single.
He can do this with half a ship. Yeah, I went with Galaga because it's very classic. I wanted to go keep classic with you there, since this is. Oh, what the hell? What was your guy doing up there again? Does he come?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
I think I know. I bet because he flew away on the last one. I bet he came back, and if you'd hit the guy, you would have gotten your double ship back.
Probably. We'll see if he keeps coming back. Who knows?
Well, no, you shot him. He's gone.
Okay.
He's dead. Before he just escaped. So, but that's important to know. Okay.
Yes.
So if you do shoot the supporting ship, whatever it's called, and don't shoot him when he comes down, let him escape, and you can get him the next round. I've learned something today.
This is definitely not a game where I learned the intricacies, and I tend to, so I might end up revisiting this down the road and really learn it better than I do now. There's a lot of these old games, arcade, NES, etc. There are a lot of intricacies you're not even aware of just how intricate.
I love how Space Invaders turned out to be the first one with an increasing difficulty curve, and it's just because of the limitations of the hardware.
Yeah.
It's because there were too many, I don't even think they were sprites at the time, but too much graphics on the screen to animate well. So it's like chugging along, and then as you shoot them, they're able to move at full speed. So it's like, oh, okay. But it's as a kid playing Space Invaders, it's not that. It's just, oh my god, it gets harder as you go. And yeah, it's amazing what they can do. I was reading an article on Cracked yesterday or the day before, talking about some of the things that they're talking about on video games that people don't keep in mind. One of them is graphics don't matter. Not that much.
No.
It's gameplay. And because here's showing like screenshots of like there were 2 games that came out. I don't even know which ones they were. But recently, it's like one. I think it was like Last of Us was one of them, and then one that came out this year. Like 6 years apart. And he said, okay, yeah, the graphics in the one that came out this year is better, but not that much better. And then he showed one that was like Mario 64 versus Half-Life, not Half-Life, Half-Life 2, I think it was. And, the graphics are considerably different and better. But he said, I'd rather play Super Mario 64 because the graphics hold up better because of it being stylized.
I'll tell you, Minecraft is living proof of that. It's just my nephews absolutely love Minecraft. They play... That right there is the issue with the double ship.
Yeah, it is.
Easy come, easy go, huh?
Yeah, you can't hide. Okay, you got lead right now.
Which had I not gotten greedy? Oh, see? Think you're gonna take this one. Think you're gonna take this one.
All I need is 2,000 more, as long as I don't... Well, you're not putting your name there. You know what gave it to me is that getting that perfect on that first challenge stage. That's what's...
Oh, this one is good. Which is, even though I scored higher, but
yeah. Alright, here we go.
You got it.
Let's do this. Don't... Gotcha. Alright.
Yeah, you get right here at the challenging stage.
Yeah,
you got it. It's yours.
I definitely love the challenge stage on Gyrus more. That's so much fun. Gotcha.
Look at that.
There you go. Oily Maniac, are those sweet joysticks being used? Yes, they are. Because if we're playing arcade, we play arcade. That's one of the things. I want to get 2 more of these so we can do, so we can revisit Ninja Turtles and Sunset Riders and a few more like that.
X-Men.
Yeah. Well, X-Men I want to do it to 6-player.
Yes.
But those, I'm not going to get 6 of these for that. You know, it's like, yeah, you guys can play with normal joysticks back there. So, but yeah, it's like I want to do, if I'm going to do X-Men, oh shoot, yeah. If I'm going to do X-Men, I want to do the full 6-player, split screen across there. Yeah.
But there are all kinds of games. Simpsons, obviously, you ran on the TMNT hardware.
Yep.
Bucky O'Hare is another one.
That's not, now that one I have not done yet. Again, I want to get 2 more of these so we can have. But we've been kind of holding off on those that massive Oily Maniac X-Men. Yes. I think that's the only 6-player arcade game.
Boy, I have to look that up, see if that... I think so, but there's so many different games.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like now that people are getting vaccinated, we're going to be able to do more of the board game ones on Sunday like we've been wanting to do. Which I know, hopefully Literate Juggalo, I know he got his 2nd dose, so hopefully in a couple of weeks we can have him over and we'll be playing Monster Slaughter. Monster Slaughter, are you big on board games at all?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Monster Slaughter, Mel and I did a little test run of it, just 2-player. We can have up to 5 people playing. Each person plays as a family of monsters. You know, you got your mommy, your daddy, and the baby of different genre. You know, you have your Frankensteins, your mummies, your vampires, your gremlins / critters kind of people, you know, things like that. And you're trying to kill the teenagers in the cabin in the woods. But you want to kill them in the order you want them to die in. So sometimes it might be to your advantage to slip one of the teenagers a weapon to defend themselves with. So yeah, we're gonna have that going on. But yeah, now that everyone's vaccinated or getting vaccinated, we hope to bring back the massive multiplayer, the 4-player, possibly 6-player. But unfortunately, Ohio was getting too bad for a while. It was getting a little scary. So
we were purple.
Yeah. All right, and that's not always a good thing.
No.
So, all right, here we go. So, Nathan took the first one. I took the second one. Here we go. Galagos. I loved Galaga in there arcade. Like back in when I worked at Chuck E. Cheese, this is one of them, and it was like, oh, I'd play that every chance I got. But it's been so long since I've played.
I got into some of these retroactively. I obviously was around for a decent amount of these, but really started getting heavier the arcades a little bit later. So you had games, Mania, Shanghai Kid, a couple other ones like that, and then there were once the 16-bit era came around, and then these I went back to these years later. And about half I really fell in love with.
It has been nice doing some of the more obscure ones, because we've been like, what the hell? And then we had one a couple weeks back. We did we tried Rally X and Bump and Jump, and we found out we really like Bump and Jump better out of them rather than Rally X. Rally X is the one that everyone thinks they like, and it's like. Then we did Bump and Jump, and we're like, this is a lot of fun. Rally X's controls are a little fiddly, but Bump and Jump was like, okay, yeah. We've done a few others. I didn't reverse course in time. I was like, no. Sometimes it's like, are you on ice? What the hell? Why are you still going? Okay, your turn.
Still. Yeah. Opening 32.9, that's not bad at all.
No, hell, teenager me would have loved that, had that good. I am playing this, I do have this on, I believe, the default settings, which are normal. I don't remember if there's like an easy, hard, or whatever, but, you know, maybe, you know, is there a website you can find out what the default, the switches settings are?
Yes, a lot of times. Arcade, AUR-cade has those listed. Especially, I know some different websites have it where certain tracks are more accepted than others, which is interesting because harder settings, some games where you put it on much harder settings, but it's not really accepted as an official track over the much easier default settings. But yeah, arcade is typically the place I go to for that.
Okay, all right, I'll have to look into that. We've had, let's see, there's another game we played since you were here. We played Willow.
Oh yes, Willow.
Which that was a weird duck of a game there, because it's an arcade game, but it also plays like an RPG.
Yes.
But it's not really successful as the RPG part because you've also on the time limit because they want you. So it's like you can't take your time to figure out what you want to buy in the store. It's just like you got to know exactly what you want. Not going. It's like no, you got to get to the end of this level. So it's like it's an odd one. I thought that was a very interesting game though. I've done another one. I haven't done this in a while because my new job. I'm in the mornings. I have to wake up at 6 in the morning. So normally I was doing this late at night, and I was doing a game I called In It to Win It, where I would. Not In It to Win It. What I call it? Try Again, where I would do a level of a game. Classic game over and over again until I could get through on just one, like elevator action.
Yes.
Yeah, I did that one, and it's like I was never that great in elevator action.
But
it was one of those things where it's like, okay, nope, I'm just gonna keep doing this until I get it down. And in Willow, I did that each progressively harder and harder until. I got. I want your insurance. So yeah, it's an odd game, but it was not bad. Let's see who else we got here. Han RM1, Oily Maniac, Tasty Cookie, and Missy Bull. Hi guys. Looks like Stark Raving 666 has left us.
But it's funny you mention that kind of challenge, because that's exactly the kind of challenge that I do regularly, typically for the entire game. So the unkillable challenge is usually front to back, try to do one credit by really the real goal is no deaths at all for whatever the given game is, console or arcade, either one. And Contra 3 definitely stands out as one that was just The sanity was, I would say, tested, but it was far removed. I mean, the sanity was gone.
Yeah. Now that Contra, man, that's when we did as on the arcade one. Me and Charlie. And it's like, yeah, I knew going into it that it was not the NES version. You know? But it's like, man, why would you do a vertical screen on that? Also, on election night, we did a fun one of, I'm sure you know, Zybots.
Oh, yes.
Zybots started life as a 3D version of Gauntlet. And then they evidently lost the Gauntlet license or whatever, so they reskinned it basically as Zybots. And we were playing that on election night, and we were doing pretty good. We got to the end there, and died, and we found out, oh, it sends you back like 5 levels after you die on that. And we were like, okay, we're done. So, we were only keeping going because we were like so damn close to the end, and it's like, what? We have to repeat 5 levels? Nope. There was another weird one that we had called Action Hollywood, which I am sure it was a, maybe not bootleg, but a unlicensed game.
Yes.
That basically was had like 3 or 4 different movies that it was, you know, putting you into. One was like, the one we did was like Indiana Jones, and it was like, you guys did not license this music. I am positive you did not. You're just trying to make sure you guys are so small you never got found out. So.
There was one I just found real recently called The Cliffhanger, Edward Randy, and it is obviously it was supposed to be, it was Data East, and you know, they've gotten some, they had gotten some movie licenses, and clearly they were trying to get Indiana Jones, and they didn't, so they had to change basically just the head.
Oh! Alright, you got this one.
Alright.
You got this one. Alright, let's see if you can get over that high score then.
I was gonna say, see what I want to shoot for here. Because I could kamikaze, but yeah, I'll go for it.
Oh. I'm just gonna get knocked right off. Come on, that's like digging your own grave.
I know, that seems like a formality.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a guy in reserve. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Oh, I was telling Cinema Insomnia a few nights back. I was chatting on there with some of the people. I was saying how, you know, some of the video games have gotten turned into, you know, movies.
Yes.
And Mortal Kombat being the most recent, obviously, you know, but, you know, they keep talking about doing a Joust movie and things like that. Like, why have they never done one on Gauntlet?
No kidding. No, that seems like one that just fits.
Yeah. I mean, come on. That would be, yeah, don't go for it. But yeah, Gauntlet, that'd be so much fun. It's like if they can make a story up for Joust, they can make one up for Gauntlet. Hell, it's gotta be better than the story that came up with Rampage. I didn't mind the movie. It's just, I wish it was a little bit more about, you know, the story from Rampage. Because it was like, you know, The Rock is awesome. The Rock's awesome in all of the movies he's in, you know. The movie can be a piece of crap. But he's good, you know.
Which is true for a lot of movies The Rock is in, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, a few years back when Hobbs and Shaw came out, my wife and I, we hadn't seen any of the Fast and Furious movies before. But we went to go see it, you know, because we saw the trailers and we're like, okay, this looks like dumb fun. And it was at the drive-in. And our little one was less than a year old at that point. That's why one of the reasons why we do the drive-ins right now, because, you know, we can go see...
Okay.
Wow.
Whatever they want to do.
Yeah.
I'm not even worried about it.
Yeah. They're just like, we'll do it. But so we went and saw, and it's like at that time, like I said, she was less than a year old. She's crying at one point because she was not doing well that first year at the drive-in. So I'm walking around with her, until, walking outside the car. I have no idea what's going on during Hobbs and Shaw. And me and my wife, we sit down and we're like, we don't know what's going on. We don't care. Because it's not Hobbs and Shaw is not a movie you have to pay attention to. It's just, ooh, cool.
Time to turn the thinking brain off for a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. When he's holding on the line of cars with the helicopter, it's like, yeah, okay. Somehow that was less believable than when Captain America did it. All right, so there we go. Nathan is up 2-1 here. But hey, I count myself as lucky. I got 1 on him, so
that was a good run too.
Yeah, that's gonna be a hard one to beat there. And you got the little blue shield.
Yes.
All right, so nope. All right, tasty cookie. All right. So anyway, anyone in chat, don't forget you do have things like sound effects and all. And you know what? Let's just do this one.
Surprise, motherfucker!
So, all right. I know there have been a couple of games where me and Charlie are doing this, and we're just like going, our hands after. I know, oh God, we did, because we have done a few that weren't arcade, because I went ahead and did some GameCube ones, and we did, what was it? It was, I know me and my wife did Quidditch, and I think it was when me and Charlie did, maybe it was Mario Kart or whatever. We were just like, oh, my hands. So.
Well, the one that really hurt my hands, I just did last week. I did a 1-credit run of Street Fighter, the movie, the game.
We did that one on here during, I think it was during election night, actually.
Yeah, just last week I had done 1 credit of the arcade version of that, and apparently the AI is, in their infinite wisdom, just bites on every single flash kick. So you just keep charging over and over and over as they get up. But my hands were claws by the time it was done, because it's like, okay.
Of course! So, all right, let's do our final token here. Yeah, this is nice. I mean, you can do things like macros and stuff like that, and it's just like, I don't want to do that. I mean, it's like, for some players, yeah, that'd be great, but I want to have as close to the arcade feel as I can get on this stuff. So it's like, I'm not going to do that to these joysticks. Because that to me is cheating.
Well, that's the eternal debate on turbos as well, because certain arcade shooters, especially the later ones, those have...
I got distracted. Oh, I got distracted. Ah.
The old look over here trick.
What the hell was that? But you know what? That happened in the arcades too.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, all the time.
Hey, dude, that chick you like's here. What?
The who is where?
Yeah.
Oh, dead.
Yeah. Or have you seen this boy? Boy, I tell you, that's one thing. Afterburner in the full deluxe console.
Yes.
Oh man, that was. You never got to see it that often in the arcade. It was always like the little stand-up one. It's just, what's the point? You know.
And that was true for a lot of games too. It's like, especially racers. You always want that just authentic experience.
Yeah. Well, there's another game that I loved playing in the full consoles, and it's like I know it just would not emulate well is something called Steel Talons.
Ah, I know Steel Talons, yes.
Oh man, I love that, especially playing. First off, you had so many freaking controls on that. You had the steering yoke, you had the altitude meter, you had a thing on the floor as we're going back and forth, and you had your guns, and oh my god, it's like to have enough controls, you know, it's like, nah, you're gonna have to like have 2 joysticks taped together. But also you can't replicate the feel of sitting in that thing. Although I know I did cheat a little bit on that one when I played it in the arcade, because when I played against 2 players, well, if you play it 2-player against each other, your missiles don't lock on, you know, because that'd be cheating. So what I do is I'd get across the board, I would use the radar to point myself over towards them, and just start firing missiles at them, and listen onto their side how close I was. It's like, you know, I know that's technically cheating, but I don't view that as cheating, you know?
Right.
It's like, I'm making advantage of the how the board is laid out. Oh,
Hey-o!
that was close. Oh man, that was close.
To the pixel there.
Yeah. Woo, woo-wee. Oh man.
The thing about these games is high risk, high reward is high risk.
Yeah.
You gotta really stress the risk part of the risk reward on these old games.
Now, I always wanted as a kid, once you were doubled up like that you could get like a triple up, you know?
Yes.
It's like, and it's like, I always wanted when they came down, the whatever the bat ones are called. You know, I was like, come on, come down with another tractor beam. I dare you. And it's like, no, they never did.
You could tell some of the mid to late 90s shooters knew that. They had that in mind for a lot of people because just the insane power-ups in some of those.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there goes one already, see?
Yeah.
Like I said.
Yeah. See, that was another one I've done, you know, sometimes I'll just have it pick one at random for me and Charlie just to, you know, see what, you know, gets suggested, you know, and it's like so many shooters. After a while, I'm just like, ugh. Oh my god.
Yeah, especially the Japanese market. They just inundated with shooters.
Yeah, I was just like, no, dude, no. I can't do another shooter. Yeah. Oh, I know one that we did play. That was one that's like, I didn't know this had a North American release. It's like some Pretty Soldier Sailor Moon.
Yes.
That was actually very fun.
That's a good game, it is.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Okay. I know, I did a weird one a couple weeks back because Charlie couldn't make it. So it was just me solo because I knew Mel wouldn't be able to join in because it was my first week on the job and we weren't going to be able to have her parents watch for any longer. So I was like, okay, well, if I'm doing GameCube games, and I brought up World Series of Poker. And I love poker. I love me poker, you know? And I used to be pretty good at it. And apparently I still was, because I went on for 3 hours. And I was finally, it's like, it was down to the final 3 of the tournament, and I was just finally like, all in. I don't care anymore. I have to stop. The baby has to go to sleep. I need to go there. So, but it was like, yeah, but one of the things that really sucked, I was down in that final 3, and I got 4 aces.
Oh.
And the person I was up against had no money, and I knew if I bid anything major, she was going to fold. So it was just like, oh. So what's funny is I flopped a full house. So I'm like, oh, okay, string her along. And then, like, I think it was on the turn, I got 4 aces. And I was just like, okay, okay, I can't not bet on this. I have to put a little bit of money down because, you know, how often do you get 4 aces? And then as soon as I bet, she folded. Because like when you get a hand like that, that's you want to show it. You want to go, look, see?
There you go.
Oh,
hit one.
Man. Yeah. Oof. You got it this time. You remembered. That sucks. This going on the sides like that.
If I hit anything, I'm happy there. I'm pleased.
I told you probably wouldn't have to worry about the hot sauce challenge.
Yeah.
Literate Juggalo is the only one who was going to do that, and he's not even in there right now. So, all right, here we go.
You're up.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe not. I talk so much when I should be shooting. Let my lasers do the talking. Any hope of catching you, I need to double up on the challenge stage coming up. Gotcha.
There it is.
Eat my photons. All right. Ah, you bastard! Oh, you bastard. And I know, don't go chasing them. You can't fly faster.
Yeah.
And your phasers take too long to get there.
Oh, a double! That's wrong! That's wrong!
Oh!
That's just wrong!
I can't believe that. I've never seen that happen.
Nope. Nope.
You're like, nope, I'm good. Whoa, that guy came fast.
Safe, even safe. Yeah, I'm at that point though.
Yeah.
I'm at that point. If I can get that 70 rollover, I'll be happy. But
yeah.
If I don't, that's fine too. Whatever. Oh! That last one just that was cheap.
yeah. I think I'm still on tilt after that last one. That was like, no, you can't do that. You can't take both of them.
Yeah.
All right, okay. There you go, dude. Get to your 70.
See if I can get my 70, maybe.
You can do it.
Something I know about this game and Frogger. Let's see. Frogger's another one. They don't want you getting that next rollover real bad. But this is one I could see putting in some time, learning some intricacies, and really fine-tuning for some math on this game. I see that happening.
By the way, one of the sound effects, it's the ones that you, not the ones that you can use by just using tokens. You have to use like bits that people pay for.
Yes.
I have a different sound effect on that one. I have one where it's like John Cena. I put that one on there specifically for Charlie, since Charlie is a wrestler there, and he does love his wrestling. So, all right. So there we go on that one. Whew.
That was intense. That was good. That was fun.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, you didn't sweep me this time.
I know.
All right, so we're going to do cooperative. Golden Axe here.
What a game. What a game.
Yeah.
I love this game to death.
I was actually, when it first came out, I was a little surprised because Altered Beast had come out, I don't know if it actually came out before it, but I'd seen it before it.
Yes.
And it's so similar on graphic styles and all that, I thought the gameplay was going to be the same. And so then I was like, oh wait, this is really different. So, I didn't mind it. It was just, double check, make sure it held on to the inputs. Yep. All right. And your start button will be your start button, and I'm just going to throw in 8 tokens.
All right.
So.
We're going to see if we can't do this in 1 or 2. See what happens.
All right.
All right, so hit.
Yep, go ahead and hit yours. Hit your start. Hit your start.
Oh, which one is
start?
Start. Oh, there we go. Okay, yeah. I got Gilius. It's important.
Yeah. Okay. Toss me.
Yes.
And did this? Maybe you'll know. Did this ever have a 3-person?
Yes, not Golden Axe, but the Revenge of Death Adder did.
Okay, so all right. See, I was thinking of Golden Axe did, since it had 3 players. I thought maybe it was
the sequel did. Revenge of Death Adder, the arcade only. That's an interesting, it's almost like an alternate universe. Console had 3 Golden Axe games.
Hey. There. Good. Hey, get back here. Come on. I'm a little shocked. Your magic guy is only goes up to 3. What the fuck? Warrior here. Warrior here would have won.
Tyrus has the strongest magic, but once you really learn the ins and outs of this game, the magic is mostly just a way to chain between the tough parts. So it's not really all that important to have super strong that magic. There are 2 spots where it is pretty important, but
Oh! Alright, guardrails.
yeah, that can happen in this game.
Yeah, maybe just look into some guardrails. OSHA, can you talk to them? I did not know that was a bottomless pit there. I don't think I've ever fallen off of it before, so it was like, fire breathing attack.
Yeah.
Nice.
Next stage is a red. There's a red and a blue. If I can get that red, then you're good for the entire stage.
Nope.
Got it there.
You are maxed out on that.
Yep. And there's going to be a green gnome in the next stage. And I get that in the not next stage, the bonus stage after that. So there's food, so it's going to be important that I grab that. But all right.
Huh, nice.
All right.
Oh, good lord.
Let me get the green
Hey.
guy.
Okay, you get the green guy.
Yeah. There we go. That's important.
Hey,
Okay.
get back here. Discworld, okay. Hey, we lost our dragons.
Yeah. Lose them out after every stage.
It sucks.
But on the final stage, which is very difficult, it can become not easy, but much easier if you can manage to hold the blue dragon throughout the entire stage. If you're really good, you can do it. See if I'm still good enough. There we go. Come here. Bang. Bang. Alright.
Okay, I'll get this guy.
Take them all. Careful. Full guardrail thing.
Yeah. I am maxed out on magic.
Alright, now this part, let me take the point for a second.
Go for
because
it.
here's what I'm going to do. That. That's why.
Yeah.
Alright. Go below, I'll take high. There we go.
Alright.
Now I go back up here.
Whoa, hi
That's
guy.
why.
Hi guy.
Hi, guy.
Oh, there's another one.
There he is. 2, 3. Sugar. Yep.
No, it doesn't matter now.
Nope.
But because I don't like you guys taking our magic otherwise. Oh,
Yep.
nice, dude. Get over here.
Back up. Listen.
Ow.
Let's do that.
Alright. Oh, there's my guy.
Oh. That's go right now. Ah, it's chasing me off. Let's see.
God damn it, dude. Will you stay away from me?
That's the problem. Typically, if he's in a straight line targeting me, you can just stand there and target. I'll get one, you get one. There you go. Yeah, take that knee.
Yep. That did not sound good. Alright. Actually, sounded really bad. For dinner, we had Nathan's hot dogs.
Ah! How about that?
And we're like, this doesn't sound right.
Alright, this is where this game really ramps up. This is where it really ramps up. And one of the saving graces in this stage is just a simple jumping slash. You can manage to target guys with the jumping slash here. It saves you a little bit of trouble.
Oh, dude.
Here's the point. Alright. Now this part, walk real slow. Don't go too far.
Ah.
Now, same thing, just a little bit.
Yeah.
There's going to be one, and then there's going to be another, and if you can help it, you don't want two at once.
Right.
One more. Alright. So
Okay.
there's going to be one more popping up here, so just be on the lookout and keep your jumping slash handy. There we go. That helps.
Oh.
Alright.
Yeah, you need them. There you go. Okay.
I'll tell you when to be ready to use your magic, because that's...
Damn.
Well.
Okay. Start. Oh, I still got my magic.
Yep. You got it. That helps. Actually helps quite a bit.
Yeah.
Come here. Alright. Chasing you. Come here. Want to chase me? Yeah. I'm waiting for you. Come on.
I will say these characters move about as fast as a tank.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Nice leisurely pace.
Alright. Oh.
Magic.
Hey, magic.
Magic.
Boom.
That's why.
Ator just released the geometric nucleus. Oh, good God. What are you still alive?
It's far less dangerous, but has more hits. Alright.
Yeah.
This is it. This is the final stage, believe it or
Wow.
not. This is a short and sweet.
Yeah, this is not a very long game there.
Take it.
Yep.
Oh. Ran off.
Two.
That's wrong.
Yeah. They gave us nothing. Alright. Yeah, that's weird that this is all... I don't think I've ever completed the game before, but it's... Oh, my God. We got two of them up here.
Toucan.
Did you...
Intentionally.
Oh, okay, alright.
Yep, there's a ledge, and then if you fall too, as you can see, if you don't pick the right spot on that blind fall, you fall to your death. But, alright. Gotta get this blue dragon. Just want to get this. That helps. Start inching. Just inch a little bit.
Yep.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yep.
Because there's going to be a whole bunch coming, including two big red knights that are like the version of that white one we fought earlier.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't want. Alright. Come on, guys.
Magic.
Yes, that helps. Alright.
There. Whoa.
Come here.
Oh, man. I'm gonna hide behind you.
That's actually exactly what you should do. That's exactly what you should do.
You know, it'd be great if these guys had some distance attacks, you know? Like in Gauntlet, give them a good old arrow. Oh.
So I just need 4. There's a ton coming.
Okay. Good, I'll let you go ahead and get...
Take the rest here, they're coming.
All right.
Yep. Alright.
Those snakes seem suspicious.
Whee! Alright, this is real fun.
The power of Grayskull.
This is the last two. If we can avoid. Just go straight up. Magic, magic.
I don't. Oh, do I?
Yep.
Okay.
You get one.
Shoot. I guess that's the gift of dying. You get a magic.
You get one magic. Come on, come.
Ah. They just nuked me.
Okay, he's all alone.
Ah. Uh-oh. Ah! Christine ran away. It's alright.
Would have been nice, but...
Oh, dude!
Got it. One life.
Wow. Hey, whoa. What about... Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know, what species is there?
Yeah.
Finn.
It's a very different ending in the arcade than it did in console.
Huh. Cute. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen the ending of this. So I guess we did not actually need 8 tokens for this one. Yeah. Opa, and pow.
Opa!
Nice.
And I don't know what the story is on calling it Great Axe because it's not called Great Axe in Japan either, so I have no idea what that's about.
What an ending. That's funny.
That's the kind of thing. That was the old, for its time kind of deal. That the old in the game character. Yeah.
Presented for you by Sega. See you next game. Boy, I would have sucked if you put a whole bunch of tokens in, even in the arcade, because you get nothing. So I'm in. You're A+++.
A+++, wonderful.
Yeah.
There are ways, single player, I guess they kind of combine with the scores rather than have them separate, because single player you can get like 300 plus if you really know how to chain attacks.
It does keep your credits good, so you don't lose your credits.
Right.
You know, you have some games where it's like, oh, you reached the end of the game, there were your credits.
Yep. Goodbye.
Yeah, those are mine now. Okay. Well, all right, guys. Well, since we've reached the end on that one, I am going to do a sound effect myself here, the level up sound effect. Because we did very, very good here. I want to thank Nathan for joining us. Now that we're all fully vaccinated, we'll probably see Nathan a little bit more here. I know Charlie's fully vaccinated, so maybe we'll have you over again for a 3-player or something.
Sounds
soon.
good.
I know there's been we actually did Battletoads.
Yes.
Oh man, that's a rough game. Although the arcade game was not as hard as I remember the NES game.
NES game was just brutal.
Yeah, and also the Battletoads graphics were really good.
Weren't they? They were fantastic, and that Rare music.
Yeah.
Because Rare had some really good music in the NES, SNES, and arcade. David Wise, Donkey Kong Country.
Yeah. Well, I think for Rare, one of my favorites on them is Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Yes.
Oh, God.
Yes.
I got that. I wish I never sold it when I replaced my Nintendo 64, because I know it's worth a lot of money now. But, I loved Conker's Bad Fur Day. I won that game, and I loved the multiplayer modes on that. You had so much you could choose from. There's, one against many. There's the capture the flag kind of scenario. There's all kinds of stuff that's gave it a varied, multiplayer. It wasn't the same experience over and over. The one multiplayer I liked best was the beachhead scenario, where you'd have the evil teddies up on the with the super weapons, and you're starting on the beach, and then they got like sniper rifles. They can pick you off or whatever. But so you got to like weave your way through, stay out of cover, until you can get up there and take them out. And it's like, oh, that was fun. So anyway, well, yes. So thank you, Nathan, and thank you guys for joining in. I know you guys were a quiet bunch, but I know you're there, so that's the important thing.
Please check out Mr. Unkillable on YouTube, as well as the Unkillables YouTube shared page.
There you go. And again, tomorrow night, Cliffhanger Theater. Don't be here for that, because you got to find out what happens. What vehicle will he destroy next? Every episode, vehicle's destroyed, gets destroyed. So, and in credits, boom. We got our Patreon supporters. Yay!
Wonderful.
Yeah. Oh man. So yeah, that's. I know. Actually, when we were doing the combat special yesterday, or last week, it's like I wanted to not just do Mortal Kombat, so I brought up. Yeah, I wondered why Primal Rage wasn't coming up in Lunchbox. I was like, what the hell? Found out. Oh, it doesn't list the ones that are broken. So I went to MAME directly, brought it up, and it was like, it's playable. It's not. It's like, yeah, it's got some stuff that's a little broken on it, but it's, I guess, playable. So we played that.
They'll do that. They'll say like the emulation isn't 100% accurate. It's perfectly playable. So
yeah.
It happens a lot. You always gotta check.
Yeah. So, and once I've got this stuff a little bit, I need to go through and tweak some of the settings to try to get the playability right on some of these. Because it's like, some of them, it's like, yeah, it's not working, but I bet if I tweak the setting or